Hello everybody, I hope that you've had a good weekend and you're ready for today's learning. Let's start with our routine. I pledge to uphold the values at Grange. That every life matters. That my life matters. I will live with confidence and consideration. Kindness is strength. Well done. Let's greet the day with a Grange salute. Good listening, kind hands, kind words, confidence and consideration. Can you join in? Good listening, kind hands, kind words, confidence and consideration. Well done. In these times of trouble, let's give ourselves a selfie hug, a selfie high five and a message to the world that together we are stronger. Let's do it together. Give yourself a selfie hug, a selfie high five and a message to the world that together we're stronger. Well done. I'd like to say a big thank you to all the children who've been sending in their phonics work to the year group email. It's fantastic to see all of your achievements. And now it's time for today's shout-outs. My first set of shout-outs goes to the children who have applied the focus split digraph O. You built the words by filling in the missing letters, and for your challenge activity you completed the crossword. You read the clues carefully and matched the meanings to the focus words with the split digraph for your answers. Fantastic. A great big well done goes to Suleiman, Salwan, Shreyas, George. My next shout out goes to Gloria, who has applied the focus split digraph I. She read the letter carefully and circled all the words with the focus split digraph. For her challenge activity, she wrote a letter to Grandma as a reply, and she included all the words with the focus split digraph. Great job! My next set of shout-outs goes to the children who have practiced applying the focus sounds I and O. You played games where you applied the split digraphs and single letters. Then for your challenge activity, you made your own game, which was a picture board that included the focus sounds. Great job! A big well done goes to Bathanan, Shreyas and Dime. Thank you to everybody who has worked so hard. Now it's time for today's phonics lesson. For today's lesson, you will need a pencil and your workbook. Then you have a choice. You can either print out the word mix-up sheet from the Grange website under Year 1 Phonics, or you can copy this into your book. This will be displayed on the screen. Pause the video while you get your things ready. Let's go over today's key vocabulary. Fred talk, Fred in your head, digraph, special friends, split digraph, chatty friends. We have learnt two new words recently. Split digraph, which is two letters representing one sound that has been split, and these are also known as chatty friends. The friends are holding hands to show it's one sound, but because they are chatty, they have been split. In a word, a split digraph is separated by a letter. Today's split digraph makes the sound oo or u. Let's go through some examples with this split digraph in. K, u, b, cube. The arch shows that it's one sound that has been split. Let's go through another example. F, l, u, t, flute. Let's recap our phase 3 sounds that we know. A, E, I, O, U. R, or, ow, oi. Ear, air, your, Your turn. Pause the video while you practice these sounds. Let's go through our phase 5 sounds. A, ow, I, E, oi. Oo or U, or W, F, oo or U, O, or E, A, E, I, O. Your turn. Pause the video while you practice these sounds. Can you remember the last split digraph that we learnt? It made the sound O, and the phrase to help us remember this was phone home. Pause the video while you write the split digraph. Well done! Here are some green words to recap that have the focus O split digraph. Thread in your head and then say the words aloud. Pause the video while you do this. This is today's split digraph that makes the sound oo in some words and u in others. There are 3 other digraphs that we have already learnt that make the sound oo or u in some words. Can you remember what they are? Let's go through the phrases to help us remember. The first one, the phrase is chew the stew. The next digraph, the phrase is come to the rescue. And the final digraph, the phrase is poo at the zoo. Pause the video while you write these 3 digraphs down. Well done! How did you do? These are the digraphs that we have just recapped, and this is today's focus split digraph. These make the sound oo in some words and u in others, and this digraph just makes the sound oo in words. Pause the video while you recap these sounds. The phrase that helps us remember this split digraph is huge brute. Can you say the phrase after me? Huge brute. Huge brute. Well done. In the word huge, this split digraph makes the sound U. Can you sound out this word after me? Huge. Well done. And in the word brute, this split digraph makes the sound oo. Can you sound out the word brute after me? B-r-oot. Well done. Use your magnet eyes to look at these pictures. Can you hear the oo or u sound as I say each word? Cube, prunes, flute, perfume. Now you need to find the next clear space in your book and write today's date. Today is Monday the 6th of July 2020. Leave a line and then write today's learning intention to learn and apply the split digraph oo or u. Pause the video while you do this. Let's go through today's success criteria. You don't need to write this down. I'm going to talk through the steps that you need to be successful. I can recognise the focus split digraph. I can read words and sentences with the focus split digraph. I can apply words with the focus split digraph to sentences so that they make sense. Now it's time for Fred Talk. I'm going to sound out each word and I'd like you to blend the sounds in your head and say the word aloud. Are you ready? F-l-u-t. P-r-u-n-s. K-u-b. P-a-f-u-m. Well done. Now it's time to read your green words. This is today's focus split digraph that makes the sound oo in some words and u in others. We also call this a chatty friend. When you are reading your green words, you need to look for this chatty friend to help you. Here are some green words with the sound buttons. The split digraph in these words makes the sound U. Let's sound out the first word together. Use. Pause the video while you sound out the rest of these words. Here are the same green words without the sound button. Thread in your head and then say the word aloud. Pause the video while you do this. Here are some longer green words with the sound buttons. In some of these words, the split digraph makes the oo sound, and in others it makes the u sound. So you need to sound out carefully. Pause the video while you do this. These are the same green words without the sound buttons. Thread in your head and say the words aloud. Pause the video while you do this. Here is a sentence for you to read. It includes some of the green words we have just read. Use your magnet eyes to look for all the words that have today's focus split digraph in. Pause the video while you do this. Well done. The words in this sentence with today's split digraph are use, flutes and tune. Did you find them all? Now it's time for your word spot activity. I'm going to show you different sentences and you need to read each one carefully and use your magnet eyes for all the words that have today's focus split digraph in them. Here is a sentence. You need to copy it into your book and then you need to read it carefully. You need to circle all the words that have today's focus split digraph in them. Pause the video while you do this. Well done. Let's go through the words in this sentence. Dukes, perfume and fortune all have today's split digraph in them. Here is your second sentence. Copy it into your book, read it carefully and circle the words. Pause the video while you do this. Well done. The focus words were Jude, huge and cubes. Here is your next sentence. Copy it into your book, read it carefully and circle the words. Pause the video while you do this. Well done. The focus words were used, volume and tunes. And here is your final sentence. Copy this into your book, read it carefully and circle the words. Pause the video while you do this. Well done. The focus words were Luke, costume and June. Pause the video while you check your work. Well done. The next part of your activity is called Sentence and Picture Match. Here are 4 pictures for you to look at carefully. I would like you to reread the sentences that you have written in your book and make sure you understand what they say. Then I would like you to think about which picture matches best to each sentence. You can either show this by writing the number of the picture next to the correct sentence, or you can draw the picture. Pause the video while you do this. Let's go through the sentence and picture match. The first sentence was, Mrs. Duke's perfume cost a fortune. The picture that matched this was number 3. The next sentence was, Jude wanted to build a huge tower with the cubes. The picture that matched this was number 4. The next sentence was, I used the button to turn up the volume to hear the tunes. The picture that matched this was number 2. And the final sentence, Luke wore a pirate costume at his party in June. The picture that matched this was picture number 1. Pause the video while you check your work. Well done. A round of applause for you. You have applied today's focus split digraph by reading the sentences carefully and circling the correct words. You then made sure you understood what the sentence meant and matched the correct pictures. Great job. Now it's time for today's challenge activity. For today's challenge, you are going to complete a word mix-up activity. This will give you the chance to apply today's focus split digraph. Here are some sentences with missing words. And these are the words that are missing and have got mixed up. All these words have today's split digraph in them. You need to read these carefully and then read the sentence to try and work out which words are missing. If you have printed this sheet off the website, then you will be ready to start. If you haven't, you need to copy these sentences and draw a line to show the missing words into your book. Pause the video while you do this. Well done. Let's go through an example. I have read the missing words of today's focus diagraph carefully, and I think that the missing word in the first sentence is huge. So I write the word huge and then I cross it off at the bottom to show I have used it. You can do this, or if you would like to cut up small pieces of scrap paper, you could write each word on them and then try and fit them into the sentences. It's up to you. You need to make sure that you use all the words that have the focus split diagraph in, and remember to reread the sentences to check they make sense. Pause the video while you do this. Done. Let's go through the missing words together. Sentence number 1. The huge brute is scary. Remember to reread the sentence to check it makes sense. The huge brute is scary. Sentence number 2. The boy refused to eat the prunes. The boy refused to eat the prunes. Sentence number 3. My dad can play lots of tunes on his flute. My dad can play lots of tunes on his flute. And the final sentence. I am confused about where to use capital letters in my sentences. I am confused about where to use capital letters in my sentences. Pause the video while you check your work. Well done. I hope you've enjoyed today's phonics lesson. Please remember to send your work to the Year Group email. See you next time.